Hello everyone, we are
Venanzio, Arquilla
and Emmanuele Villani from the Politecnico di Milano, Italy. We'd like to thank you and the organization and Professor Barker for this opportunity. We regret not being able to be with you in person. It's wonderful to be with you even if at a distance. We are a bit envious that you're on a ship today, emulating Le Corbusier and the other architects who wrote the Athens Charter 90 years ago, also on a ship. We wish the conference a similar success. Given the highly topical theme of making in the age of AI, and inspired by the event's subtitle Exploring the Intelligence of Craft, Authorships and Authenticity, we'd like to present our point of view on these topics, starting from our perspective disciplinary fields.
Yeah, thank you, Emmanuele. As you know, I'm a designer. I'm a professor at Politecnico di Milano, and I'm an expert of experience design. And this topic forced us to reflect about the new relation between design, technology, and user. Technology is becoming increasingly pervasive in our lives, seamlessly integrating into the object around us. Think of smartphone and other wearable we cannot do without today. Technology is also embedded into the infrastructure we live in. Every building now is or will be in the near future equipped with various technology, and even at the larger scale, our cities, which are becoming smart, predictive, and integrated. In this sense, the integration we discuss about is a new dialogue that happens between products, people, and infrastructure with a user, and the user will become the center and the custodians of data and privacy, as for the title or the subtitle of the conference. There's a strong risk of creating a dystopian dimension where if data is used correctly, value is generated. Otherwise, evident misunderstanding and limitation of opportunities are created. In terms of user experience, we are talking about Phygital experience or interaction, Phygital interaction, where the physical dimension for sure will meet the digital one, amplified by the user at the center. Is not the sum of physical and digital performance, but the integration of physical and digital in relation to the user that will in the future generate value. In this new perspective, where technology is no longer the main protagonist, will be crucial to reposition the user at the center of the experience design and the architectural design, considering their culture. Let's explore the main driver, at least 4 main drivers, and element to consider when designing a phygital experience. The first driver is connected with the ethical implication. In relation to the ethical implication, we should adopt a user-centered perspective. So the user will shape the experience with their knowledge and culture, interacting with the system. The system becomes phygital by adopting this third dimension, so physical, digital, and user-oriented. Users are the main driver of the process, while technology recognizes and adapts itself to them, not vice versa. In this case, it's important to declare the role and the orientation of technology. We should adopt a process of feed-forward, where the user can easily understand the status and the adoption made by the system through evident physical or digital feedback and interaction. In this sense, it's fundamental, the ethical approach, because you establish a sort of agreement with the user. user. The second element will be the aesthetical implication. Qualifying the aesthetical impact of this modern interaction is something completely new. It's important to underline the aesthetic implication that should have this kind of new quality, both for the interface and the architecture. In this case, we should follow the Dieter principle, the last one, the 10th, that say design is a little design is possible. So we should allow new form of physicality. The physical evidence of a product and the system is becoming increasingly relevant. So phygital spaces need new form of mixed physicality where objects activate digital relation. And then we need to make technologies appearing. Technology, aesthetically integrated or hidden in products, will have to give the technological environment a humanized perspective. In this sense, we discuss about what is named as a seamless technology. So technology has its role, but is not visible to the user, but declares its status. The third level will be conversational implication. In this sense, when technology interacts with the user in a different form, we should use the right tone of voice. Every culture needs a different and specific interface that the system should include. And in this sense, the interaction should be conversational. Conversational is different from voice controlled. It must be conversationally both linguistic and interaction model, adapting to different user and adapting to the different situation in which the user interact with the system or product. The fourth one, and the more important, is the cultural implication. Technology can help us to adapt interaction to the cultural context. The technology has to be ready to adapt the physical and digital format to the user cultural context. We should adopt a sort of ritual dimension. Each culture provides specific sequences of use that are self-explanatory for user from that culture. Adopting the ritual dimension can be a different way to interact and engage user in the processes, provide for interconnection. The digital world can vary from a collective dimension to a personal one and vice versa. In the near future, the importance of personal devices in managing interaction will progressively decrease, but this is compared to this new interaction opportunity in which the ecosystem will integrate or interact within the user. So today we use a smartphone, in the future is the system, is the environment that interact with us and that adapt with us. These are guidelines were developed for an AI international company to support the transition from a purely technological perspective to one that considers design and cultural dimension. In this sense, we think that these 4 dimensions are relevant also for the new architecture. And I think Emmanuele will give you now the opportunity to integrate this within the concept of AI.
Thank you, Venanzio. I work with Venanzio as Adjunct Professor in the lab of integrated product design. My goal now is to explore a little bit the role of AI in design and architecture. Basically, I have the feeling that AI is used as an image or text maker. Currently, consumer-level applications I've glimpsed are limited to text or image creation. The results are often trivial, more suited to simplify life for lazy students or real estate agencies. But let's go more deeply into the topic. AI in design versus architecture. I think that there is a fundamental difference between the industrial product construction and the building construction. This difference is that in the former case, the product in construction moves along the assembly line and the human is stationary. While in the latter case, so on the building side, the product is stationary and the human moves on the construction sites around the building. In both cases, my question is, how can AI be integrated into these processes? Can it be relevant in optimizing the process or not? My idea is that there is no use in AI about these things. But there is another area in which AI is used as a predictive tool. In 1996, working with the Faculty of Computer Science in Milano, I developed an AI application using cellular automata, so it's a particular kind of AI, to evaluate the best position for developing a shopping center. In this case, cellular automata have a processing capacity that considers closest factors more relevant and influent, and more distant ones less relevant, of course, related to geographical terms. Obviously, the system was limited by the computational capacity available at the time, but it was really relevant in the quality of the results. Now we have an enormously superior capability in computational capacity, and I wonder if a similar process could be developed to evaluate people's behavior in terms of UX into the city with objects in the domestic or work environment, or in simulating an environment and the inhabitants, or even in purchasing phase of consumer goods. This approach could potentially be applied to predict human behavior and the user experience, forecasting city extension or regression, and processes that can simulate environments and their inhabitants, and also predict consumer behavior in purchasing decisions. I think that this is the main topics we would love to discuss with you, and as we move forward in the age of AI and Phygital experience, the challenge now lies in balancing technological capabilities and qualities and advancements with human-centered design, and this is our main goal. And the design principles that we want to focus and to work with are creating meaningful and effective solutions in design, in product design, and architecture. I think that this is all by now.
Thank you for your attention. We hope you like our, let's say, little intervention in this sense, and we are open to comment and further discussion, maybe in presence next time.
Or anyway, at least by email or whatever. Goodbye and ciao, and have a good work, and hope to see you soon.
Ciao, ciao. Enjoy the conference. Thank you.
Bye bye.